Now we're given some equations of some lines, linear functions, and we're asked to determine whether they are parallel or perpendicular. So it says determine whether the graphs of 6x minus 2y equals negative 2. That's one line. That one's written in standard form. And the second one is y equals 3x minus 4. That's written in slope-intercept form. And y equals 4, third line, are parallel or perpendicular. Well, to start with, I can rule out this equation right here. It's not going to be parallel or perpendicular to either of those two lines, because in that form, there is no slope, and so that's just going to represent a horizontal line on the graph. And the only thing that's going to be perpendicular to that would be x is equal to some number. Let's just call it c, where we'd have an undefined slope. And so y minus 4 is not going to be either perpendicular or parallel. Now, since these other two lines are given to me, one's in standard form and one's in slope-intercept form, I want to get this first equation into slope-intercept form. And then I'm going to compare it to this line, also written from the beginning in slope-intercept form. So let's take 6x minus 2y equals negative 2. And let's work to get this in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. And when I do, my result's going to be negative 2y equals negative 6x minus 2. And now I'm going to divide both sides of the equation by negative 2. And when we do, we're going to have y equals 3x. Negative 6 divided by negative 2 is going to be 3. And then negative 2 divided by negative 2 is going to be positive 1. So that first equation, when I put it in slope-intercept form, is 3x plus 1. Now, let's compare this back to that equation right there. And what do we see? Well, they both have the same slope. And so if they have the same slope, those two equations are going to be parallel. And while again, this equation, this y minus 4, is not going to be either parallel or perpendicular to either of these other two lines. So by getting the equations in the same form and determining the slope, then I can make that comparison. If they're parallel, they have the same slope. If they're perpendicular, then the slopes are going to be the negative reciprocal of each other, or if I multiplied the two slopes together, I'd have a product of negative 1. And if it's not either one of those two, then the lines are neither parallel nor perpendicular.